gosh. Hey guys, this is Michael here for Nerdgenious.com, and I'm here at the Wired Productions event at the Server Bar here in Shepherd's Bush. Now I'm here currently getting out of the rain. I look like I've just come out of a wet t-shirt contest, and I am checking out all their new games. And I'm doing this strictly for you awesome people right now to give you some context on Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn. Check out Grip as well. And apparently there is a mystery surprise that's going to debut on this channel. So I can't say what it is yet, but I can tell you when it happens once I release the video. So let's go. So, I am also here with a gentleman who's going to be talking to me a little bit about a game that I covered a little while on EGX, but we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about this game that's being produced by Wired Productions, Shaq Fu.
A Legend Reborn.
A Legend Reborn.
Truthfully, it is a Legend Reborn.
And I forgot to ask your name. What is your name, good sir?
I'm Aaron. I'm from Wired, and I'm here to talk to you in
So-
your amazing Deadpool t-shirt.
Thank you.
I love this.
I look like I came out of a wet Deadpool t-shirt contest because it's been raining. And because it's been raining, you can now see my moves, but it's great. I work out, so everyone's happy. So, tell us a little bit about Shaq Fu and how this game came to fruition, because I spoke with Al a little bit about it and how the game kind of...
He's over there.
Yeah, he's over there tweeting to someone.
There's Al.
I'll probably sliding a little picture of him waving at us. So, in terms of Shaq Fu itself, and has the game came to fruition, it was a Kickstarter.
It's Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's one of those. And it got funded, and eventually it came in and was literally overfunded because Shaq jumped on board, offered all these little perks and bits and pieces. And then you guys came on board. So how did you kind of get into this?
Yeah, so, Shaq Fu Legend Reborn is a rebirth of the Shaq Fu franchise, right? You can call it a franchise, but if we take you back to 1994, there was a game called Shaq Fu.
Can you do it in the voice of, can you take us back to 1994?
I can't.
My voice
we can dub it over.
Yeah, I'll just dub it later.
Yeah. It launched to mixed receptions, but it's still kind of got a cult heritage around it.
It is, especially being a parody fighting game in a sense.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And then, it got to a point where Shaq was talking with his people, and, they were asking him what he wants to do, and he wanted to rebirth the Shaq Fu franchise, right? But fundamentally change it from a fighting game into what you have now, which is a 2D scrolling brawler, kind of in a similar vein of Tales in Time and Double Dragon. So it's a game that knows...
amazing, by the way.
It's amazing, right? Yeah. So, when you...
Not Reshelled, the original one, just don't play Reshelled.
I've not played Reshelled.
You haven't played Reshelled?
No.
They've taken everything that made the original game good and just threw it out and just left us with a base level game.
I won't do
that.
That.
Great. Yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah.
But so yeah, play the original. So you've got this, and you've made something new out of it because you've changed the mechanics of what the game was supposed to be, because it was supposed to be a normal beat 'em up, and you went into kind of more of a Streets of Rage like side-scrolling
Streets of
beat-up.
Rage, Tales in Time, like you can smash people into the screen and watch it crack, and there are sections in the game that are reminiscent of maybe some of your favorite moments from those games as well. It's a game that knows it's a game, and it kind of banks on some of the humor as well as the fun gameplay. Shaq himself he's a big fan of like Adventure Time and Rick and Morty, so he wanted the humor.
Man after our own heart.
I know, right? I found this out and I was like, oh, damn, Shaq.
I was talking to a friend of mine and a co-collaborator on this channel, Trista Bites, about this. I kept saying to her what Rick and Morty was, and she was like, I wouldn't like it, because we were talking about the baby penis skit from Deadpool.
Yeah.
So, and she was like, oh, you've got to watch this, like, it's baby legs and normal legs, and she just went, don't get it, don't get the humor. It's amazing, and I'm glad Shaq likes it. Thank you, Shaq.
Thanks, Shaq.
You are one of us, Shaq.
I mean,
one of us.
We were out with Shaq last week in San Francisco, filming some stuff with the big man.
Wow.
And I was wearing this jacket and had a Batman t-shirt on, and just at every moment he'd just be like, hey Batman, and then he'd start talking about he's a massive Superman fan, he prefers Superman, but he was talking to me about he's a massive comic book fan. You know what? He's got a actually no, he has many priceless superhero artifacts, and I'll show you one of them in a bit.
He's also a fan of skin cream, so I've seen those commercials.
Yes, Icy Hot. We spoke about that actually because Icy Hot features in the game as a power up, and it gives you 100% health back. And we're speaking about Icy Hot during an interview I was doing with him, and he ended up giving me an Icy Hot massage right there and then, and he punched me as well, and then healed me. It was an emotional.
Is there
experience.
anything from the Superman movie he did? Shield. What was it? Anything from John Henry Irons or anything from a junkyard or anything like that?
No.
Why can't we have anything from Steel? Why? But he also raps in this as well, doesn't he?
He does. So it's his first music track in a very long time. He went back into the studio to create a track with the game, and it's kind of it's a rap-off, chilled tune with him and Master Yeye, who is he teaches him kung fu throughout the game. Wuxing, actually, which is the Wuxing, master of Wuxing. And, you know, it's a kind of a wrap-off between those two. It's a cool, chilled track. It opens up the game. And, yeah, he got back into the studio for it. And, again, we spoke about this with him. He had a lot of fun. Yeah,
it seems like this game, the one thing that stands it out from its predecessor is it looks like a lot of passion, a lot of time went into it.
Yeah.
But again, as a producer yourselves, how did you manage to get into this? How did you manage to kind of get this IP as part? Because you've got some amazing IPs with your company.
Thank you.
But how did you go from being a GoFundMe game to kind of you guys going, hey, we want to be a part of this?
So, you know, this was something Shaq really wanted to make happen, right? So we wanted to be a part of it as well. Who doesn't want to work with Shaq, right?
Yeah.
So we ended up getting into a conversation with the developer and Shaq's team. And the fit was right. And here we are working with the Legend Reborn.
Yeah, it's amazing. And from what I played, because I played the PlayStation 4 version at EGX, and it seems very smooth. It plays rather well.
Thank you.
Very simplistic in the mechanics. And it's something that you can pick up and play without actually needing a tutorial, which I'm an advocate for. I hate tutorials. I think you need to learn how to do the game. Tough it out. That's how we did it in the 80s. Tough it out,
true.
Man. Be a man. Or
Funny,
a woman.
It's funny you say that, though, because the game is kind of inspired by those games from the early 90s and so on. And again, it's one of those that's just easy to pick up and play. It's a game that knows it's a game.
Yes.
And it just wants people to have fun.
It's very, very self-aware.
It's very self-aware. I mean, you know, Icy Hot's in the game. There's other things like Gold Bond, which, you know, are part of things that Shaq have been involved with in the past.
If only we could have signed off as P. Diddy as one of the bosses. That would
I know,
right? So, in terms of the game itself, we've got a definite release date, right?
June 5th.
June 5th.
On all formats.
All formats, guys. And in terms of basically the release, we also get it on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Switch. I've asked this question before. I probably am going to ask it again. Is it uniform to the point where there's no difference? You can't differentiate between the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Switch versions.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
And you can actually check it out yourself. You can play them side by side if you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best idea, because I'm a Switch guy, and the reason I'm a Switch guy is because I
love
like
the Switch.
It's so portable.
Yeah.
I go to castings, I go to any events, and I'm on the tube. I'm literally playing the Switch.
Yeah.
When I'm at home, my PlayStation 4, the only time I can take it is when I want to play like 2 players on Destiny, my best friend, and we both have to basically wheel the bloody things into the room. So it's one of those where I think, for me, I'd probably be picking up the Switch version of the game just because I can just pick it up and play.
I'm the same as you. Like I was again when we went to Shaq. I was at the airport at Heathrow. I'm sat down playing my Switch, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm in a Switch ad now. It's like, do you remember that Switch launch ad?
Yeah,
like people playing in the airport. And
if you check out this channel, guys, I remixed the video and added Will Smith's Switch onto the video.
It's only over now.
Yeah, and it worked with like the freaking advert.
Yeah. That was a missed opportunity.
That wasn't. I don't know why they didn't add Switcheroo to it.
Will Smith likes Nintendo.
I know. Just give him a free Switch and say, "Can we use your?"
Yeah, sure, go for it. Jazzy Jeff, you're in. Yeah,
exactly. It would have worked.
Maybe Jazzy's a PS4 player.
That's probably what it is. Or maybe Will's probably as well. He's probably just like, no, I'm a Sony fan.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Switch mechanics, it pretty much plays the same.
Plays exactly the same.
Great.
Play
So,
anywhere, anytime with anyone.
any special features in terms of like limited edition versions?
The retail version that comes out on launch day, which is June 5th,
Yep.
actually comes with secret DLC. Secret DLC that you can play with, but that's all I can say for now.
Sorry, guys, that's all we can get out of him.
Sorry.
So,
But it's great. It's amazing.
So, in terms of the event here today, why did you guys decide to like rent out a bar and get people in on this?
Well, we've been friends of Loading and Jimmy, who's over there right now, for a long time.
I just think he's getting drunk right now.
No, I think it's coffee.
Okay.
Or a cup of peanuts, I don't know. Protein. Protein in peanuts?
There are plenty of protein in peanuts,
Yeah. It's a good protein snack. The more
tasty.
you know.
Very tasty protein snack.
But we've been friends for a very long time. It's a casual place for people to come and play in an environment that's easy, not something that's uptight, and you're not locked in a room for however long. You can leave whenever you want. You don't have to stay, but I'd like you to.
It's a nice thing to say to me right now. Came in through the rain is like, you can leave whenever you want.
But don't.
Kevin, tell us a little bit about the other game you guys have got here, Grip.
Well, Grip is a combat racer, but with a sci-fi element to it. It's a spiritual successor to the PlayStation 1 game called Roll Cage, where you can go up the sides of the walls, onto the ceilings, and flip your car around and still keep going as much as you can.
So is it kind of like the unofficial sequel to the other game, or is it kind of more inspired by it?
It's inspired by, especially if Sony's watching as well.
Yeah, inspired by Sony, don't sue. So tell us a little bit about the game itself, and you have to excuse me, guys. I've got a very froggy throat today. It's nothing like that. I've just literally been yelling a lot. Dirty minds. So I'm also on a casting couch. See this, and a wet t-shirt. I'm really taking the joke too far.
Hey
in terms of Grip itself, you said there was a question people like to ask you, which is, what would you like to grip?
What's my favourite thing to grip?
His favourite thing to grip. That sounds like a weird chat-up line that you'd say like as a creepy person.
Hi.
Hey, baby. What's your favourite thing to grip? That's the police officer.
Oh.
I'm just going to walk out now.
I would like to move swiftly on from this question, please.
So yeah, in terms of the game itself, tell us a little bit about the game, what we get to expect from it, and also the gameplay. What, as a gamer, what stands this out from other games in a similar genre?
Well, personally for me, I think there is a lack of arcade races. There's a lack of arcade races that are out in the market, so we want to try and go for something that's a bit more fun, a bit more pick up and play, more Mario Kart and Forza sort of gameplay. So with Grip, we are going for a multitude of different tracks, all focusing on the areas of being able to go around anywhere, secret passages, different ways to go through the world, and just having as much fun as possible.
Yeah. So in terms of that, what would you say it kind of has in common with games like Mario Kart?
I would say probably weapons are a good example of that. So you get a selection of weapons such as the Scorpion Missile, the Assassin, which is much like the blue shell out of Mario Kart, Gatling guns, shields, turbo boosts, and a whole bunch of different ones, including one which slows down time for everyone as well, except for yourself. So it's all about trying to keep it packed together, but also trying to keep it exciting. So if you're in first place, you're going to get knocked down a peg. If you're in last place, you can always get a way of getting back up through it.
So in terms of the multiplayer function, is it similar to Mario Kart, where you have the online multiplayer, but you also have basically physical multiplayer?
Yeah.
Or and if so, how does that work on consoles such as the Switch, if it's available on the Switch?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we are doing four-player split screen on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, as well as PC, obviously. And we're also doing two-player split screen on the Switch, both in in tabletop mode and in TV mode as well. Obviously, in handheld mode, you can't do that because you hold it like that.
I'm glad they resolved that, by the way, because with the tabletop mode, they had issues with charging. Now they've actually released a charger for it.
Yeah, and that helps a huge amount. So yeah, we're doing 4-player split screen, and you'll also be able to do up to 10 people online at the same time as well, so you can play.
Yeah.
And as well as a whole multitude of tracks, modes, a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to progress for the game.
So if you could sum this game up in less than a few words, what would it be?
Combat action racer.
Combat action racer.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of combat action racing, guys, and you want to play a game and you want to get something to grip your hands on, I had to do that because, you know, I get paid for puns. Make sure you get this game, you check it out. It will basically be something that you will enjoy. In terms of price points, what's the price point for this game?
We haven't announced yet, I don't believe, and I'm sure someone will correct me on that one.
I will let you know eventually. So what, in terms of release date, do we have a release date?
Not just yet, but it will be coming this year.
Check it out this year, guys. You won't basically, if you want something to kind of win you over while you're having that Mario Kart lull and you're having withdrawal symptoms, my suggestion is grab this. And plus, if you don't have a Switch and you want to play it on a different console, it's available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
And PC.
And PC.
Yeah.
In terms of optimization for One X and PS4 Pro, is it?
Yes. Well, my philosophy personally on this one has been that frame rate is more important than resolution, because for the high-speed game, you want as much information as possible without having to worry too much about it. So we are targeting for 60 frames a second over actual resolution. So
cool.
You can hopefully aim for that.
Make sure, guys, everyone gets what they want in terms of this game. That means so check it out, and a big thank you to Kevin for letting us know exactly how this game plays out. I'm going to basically check it out in a second as well, because I'm going to do a nice little video of me checking out the event, so you can see everything else apart from this couch, even though this couch is very comfortable and I probably want to sleep on it. Well, guys, I had an amazing experience here at the server bar in Shepherd's Bush, and I have to admit it was fun. It was fun talking to the guys from Wide Productions about all the games they got on offering. Stay tuned for that little special video for you guys as well. It was very, very enjoyable. There's not much more I can say about it. If you haven't been to the bar, I suggest you check this place out. I'll leave a link in the description in terms of where to go and how to get here if you live in London. For everybody else, I'm sorry. Maybe you can come here on a tourist visa. Who knows? But it's been fun. It's been great. Had some fun. Had some drinks. Had some great conversation, and also found out some new things. So make sure that you stay tuned. Of course, to Nerdgenious.com. This has been Michael Burhan, letting you know as always that I've got gameplay. Have you?